Welcome back to page 121. Today we're going to jump into the Dungeon Master's Guide. And we're going to take a look at a Ring of Elemental Command, specifically the Ring of Earth Elemental Command. This ring is part of the 4 Rings of Elemental Command. I took a look at Air not too long ago. Now we're going to take a look at Earth. The wearer can produce the following magical effects using this ring. Now I've done a video before on the individual rings and their various powers, so that's in the archive if you want to take a look at it. But I gotta get this adjusted. There we go. So what powers do you get out of a Ring of Earth Elemental Command? Well, for one thing, you get Stone Tell once per day, Pass Wall twice per day, Wall of Stone once per day, Stone to Flesh twice per week, Move Earth once per week, and Feather Fall is its default. And the ring will appear to be nothing more than a ring of feather falling until the condition you establish is met. And the condition is up to the DM. I would usually make it something involving some creature from the elemental plane of Earth, or in other words, another way attached to the elemental plane of Earth. It kind of makes sense. But the ring itself, Stone Tell once per day, you call up an Earth Elemental and it tells you information about the area. Pass Wall, you can just pass right through a wall. Wall of Stone, you can summon up a Wall of Stone once a day. That's really nice power. Stone to Flesh twice per week. I've actually seen that save people on at least 2 occasions. 2 occasions where somebody had been turned to stone, once by a Medusa, once by a Gorgon, which I realized that the Medusa became a Gorgon, and they're 2 separate things in D&D. And I actually saw the Stone to Flesh come into play in both those cases because we had a player in the group that had a Ring of Earth Elemental Command. And then Move Earth once per week. I don't know that I've ever seen Move Earth used. I'm going to have to kind of rack my memory on that one a little bit and see if I can think of it. But one thing I love about these Rings of Elemental Command is all the other powers that you get with them. You're not just getting a ring that can possibly charm creatures of Earth, that kind of thing. Because, as it says here, there are 4 types of rings. Elementals of the plane to which the ring is attuned cannot approach within 5 feet or attack the wearer. Or if the wearer desires, he or she may forego this protection and instead attempt to charm the elemental, save it -2 on the dice. If the latter fails, however, total protection is lost and no further attempt at charming can be made, but the secondary properties given below will then function with respect to the elemental. Creatures other than normal elementals from the plane on which the ring is attuned attack at -1 on their hit dice, and the wearer takes damage at -1 on each. Wearer takes damage, it says on each hit dice, they mean attack dice, or damage dice. It makes applicable saving throws against the creature's attack at +2. All attacks are made by the wearer of the ring at +4 to hit, or -4 on the elemental creature's saving throw, and the wearer does +6 damage total, not per die, adjusted by any other applicable bonuses and or penalties. Any weapon used by the ring wearer can hit elementals or elemental creatures even if it's not magical. These are all really good powers. And then in addition, the possessor of the Ring of Elemental Command will suffer the following saving throw penalties. For Earth, your -2 saving throw versus petrification. Bit of an irony in there. And only 1 power, whether major or minor, of a Ring of Elemental Command can be used in use at one time. That's an interesting point too. So if you're feather falling, for instance, you can't call up a Wall of Stone. Not that you'd really be able to anyway, but it's just interesting that you can only use 1 power at a time. And I like that they call them major or minor powers, because I have long contended that the various Rings of Elemental Power, or Elemental Command rather, are in fact artifacts, and I do treat them like that. I like that they're this powerful. I like that there's no real downside. The -2 save versus various things is something of a down check, but it's not that big a deal. These rings have 5,000 experience points when you give them out. I finally looked it up before I did the video. I love them. I would not recommend giving one out much before 10th level. Maybe even a little higher. These are deceptively powerful. Now, if you've got a lot of players and you want to have some players gain a little variants from the others and that kind of thing, Rings of Elemental Command can work, and you can give them out probably as low as about 8th level without really twisting your campaign too much. But keep in mind, these things have a lot of different powers that aren't always obvious and can make a big difference at your table. But that's all I've got to say about the Ring of Earth Elemental Command. Let me know what you think. If you've given this out before, if so, what kind of effect on your campaign has it had? Has it been good, bad, or is this just an item that you've read but never really dealt with? Please let me know in the comments below. Also, like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Please tell your friends. We're still trying to grow the channel. Also, take a look at the Patreon, see if you can help me out there. But that's all I've got today on page 121. I want to thank you for your time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.